Greetings. So, yeah, I, gonna bleach my hair. I know this is a stupid idea because my hair's super damaged, but the toning fail is fading super unevenly, and I've got this weird situation happening here. So, like, it's really dark here, and then other places it's completely disappeared. And rather than messing around with color remover, I'm just going to do a bleach bath on the roots, and hopefully it will help even things out a bit. Yeah, I know this is a stupid idea. Sorry if you're triggered, because it seems to trigger people, but yeah, I wasn't going to do this because this is the healthy part of my hair. I was going to take care of this part of my hair, but that didn't last very long. So here we are. I have got bleach bath mixed up. I'm just using 10 volume because that's my idea of being responsible. And I'm going to start at the front because I started at the back last time with the full-on bleach. So just to kind of balance it out a bit. Logic. It's totally going to work. So here we go. I also got myself some, this is really runny, which is going to be annoying. Anyway, I also got myself some wireless headphones because I decided to, even though I was not going to get wireless headphones because I figured I would just end up losing them. So I compromised by getting a pair that were not very expensive because, yeah, I'll probably lose them, or Phil will eat them because he's known to eat small things. Well, he won't actually eat them, but he would chew on them if he was to get his little mouth on them. Yeah, so since they're inexpensive, I won't be upset if something bad happens to them. And like, I'm sure that the sound quality on these is not nearly as good as if I got an expensive pair, but realistically, I have some pretty significant hearing damage from the amount of concerts I've been to without wearing earplugs or any sort of ear protection. And seriously, kids, wear ear protection because it sucks once you've started to lose your hearing, because there's no going back from it. I'm trying to be better now than I used to be, but the damage is done, much like with my hair. But the plus side is that with these, I can kind of hear myself around them, so I can have two in instead of just one, because my wired ones are very, I just completely forgot the word. They block the noise. I don't remember the word for it. Sorry, I'm just picking a song. Where should I go? Yes. The downside maybe for you to me being able to hear myself is that I will probably be singing out loud versus just mouthing words. I probably should not just take breaks here. I need to move fast. So, the newest development in my life of poor self-control is that Dimash announced a concert in Kazakhstan in September. And I'm trying to convince myself not to go, but my idea of trying to convince myself not to go is to be like, well, you know, yeah, it's close to Russia, but this part of Kazakhstan is actually closer to Afghanistan, so therefore it's totally safe for me to go. I don't know, I'm kind of torn because I really want to go, but as I said, it's close to Russia, and I feel like this is not really a great time to be close to Russia, but it's closer to Afghanistan, and I want to go, but it's just one show, and that one show's in a stadium, and I really don't like stadium shows. They're too big, there's too many people, you're too far away unless you queue, and are there forever. And then if you queue and you're there forever, then that's kind of its own sort of annoyance. This is technique here. So I don't know. I'm torn. But I'm at the point of being torn where I'm like, maybe I'll just try to buy a ticket when they go on sale and see what happens. Which probably means I'm going to end up going. Let's be real. As soon as it was announced, I knew I was probably going to end up going. Because, yeah, self-control is not my strong suit. Which many people who know me in person are aware of. So that's just how I roll. And also, I don't really super have time to go because I've got life stuff going on. And I'm also going to Toronto in October, which is like less than 2 weeks after the Kazakhstan show. Well, just a little over 2 weeks. Yeah, going to Toronto for a Muse show, which I'm so excited for. Oh my god, I've not seen Muse in so long. It's been over 3 years since my last Muse show. And I don't know, I think that's the longest time I've ever gone without seeing Muse since the great gap between 2004 and 2010. When I was in university and didn't have the time, well, university and then a couple of years post-university, yeah, didn't have the time or money to go and travel places because people don't come here to play music, which sucks. Yeah, so anyway, it's going to be my 51st Muse show. Yes, I have been to 50 Muse shows, and I've had to travel for 47 of them. Yeah, 47. Which I've not regretted, which is also another reason why I want to go to Kazakhstan to see Dimash, because I have never ever regretted traveling for a concert. This sectioning, it's a mess. Yeah, so Muse, it's just a small theater show. I'm stoked. I've got a fair number of Muser friends, but I don't think any of them are coming to Toronto. Most are going to Chicago, New York City, or LA, but I didn't try for any of those shows because I don't like Chicago. I've been to Chicago 3 or 4 times, and yeah, I don't like it there. No offense if you're from Chicago or like Chicago, I just don't like it. In general, I'm not really a city person. And Chicago's, yeah, it's a city that's really sketchy and dangerous, and yeah. I also don't especially like New York City. Well, I spent like half a day in New York, and most of it was in Brooklyn? Whatever part of the city that Barclays is in. Pretty sure that's where they played. And then the only time I actually got into New York City was when I was lost in the dark on my way home. Trying to drive, well, not my way home, but after the show, trying to drive back to Boston. I ended up in Manhattan, and it was freaking terrifying. I was driving by myself. Didn't know where I was. I don't know. I had a GPS. I don't know why it failed me so spectacularly, but it did. It did. Yeah. And plus, the last time that Muse played small theater shows in those cities, I tried to get, well, in LA and New York, I tried to get tickets and failed, and it was so disappointing. It just, like, crushed my spirit. It was awful. And I didn't want to go through that again, so, yeah. Toronto, it is. I don't really like Toronto either. Again, I'm not a city person, even though I live in a city. I grew up in a small town, and, well, I grew up in the country outside of the small town, so when your, I guess, formative life experiences are from the country or a town of 6,000 people, it kind of makes cities not super fun. Yeah. When I first moved away to a city for university, it was so terrifying after the small town life. Completely terrifying. But now I am thoroughly a city person. complete with tattoos and strangely colored hair, and I completely do not fit in at home anymore, but that's fine. I do kind of miss living in the country, but I also need to be able to order bubble tea at like a moment's notice and have it delivered to my door. So there's ups and downs. I can't live my life without bubble tea though. Actually, I bought some tapioca pearls so I can make my own bubble tea. So I guess it's not as strictly necessary for me to live in a place where I can access bubble tea, but you know. Okay, so I still have a bit of bleach left. What do I want to do here? I want to pull it through some of this. So I think I'm going to wash this off like right away. Okay, you can see my roots already. I'm so tempted to put it all over my hair. Should I put it all over my hair? I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to dilute this with some more 10 volume and some water. And then put it all over my hair. Oh, it's going to trigger so many people. Sorry. I can't stand it anymore. I'm tired of being patient. Let's be real, the ends are wrecked anyway. They're not going to get any significantly more wrecked with what I'm about to do. What am I doing here? See, I didn't plan for this, which is why I didn't have the supplies prepared. Okay. I was just going to try to like sneakily bleach my hair and not video it and just be like, oh, look how much it faded. But, okay. That is not what I'm looking for. Here. Which may be knockoff Olaplex. You never know what you're getting from Amazon. I'm not a professional, so I cannot get it myself. Actually, as I was digging around in my hair color supplies, I realized that I have that 20 volume. I didn't think I had 20 volume, but I do. Yeah. Bleach fumes. Doing bleach baths is completely what got me into the mess it's in now, but here we are. Doing it anyway. Who learns from their mistakes? It's boring. This is so liquidy. I'm going to be responsible, she says. I'm only going to bleach the roots, she says. I'm not going to do anything to the ends. It's going to be fine. I'm just going to wash it out immediately. I'm going to hope that it gets the last bit of this blue out. I'm not super keen on the blue. I don't want to do my hair tomorrow. It's been like 2 weeks with this color and I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Okay. See, I can see this part's going to be darker, but oh well. Oh, bleach fumes. Okay. I'm not even going to cover this and let it sit. I'm just going to go. I'm going to clean up in here and then rinse it off. Farewell. Okay, so my hair's almost dry and I've got exciting news. Well, not this part. Let's just ignore this part. My hair has grown out enough down here that my natural curl pattern is finally starting to show again, because I had definitely destroyed that. You can kind of see it over here too, but not quite as well. Possibly because this side's curlier and just kind of more weird in general, but yay, that's good news. I'm finally, yeah, it's just like all of this is so wrecked. But that's a problem for later. So I'm kind of had a change of plan, and I was gonna do something else, but now I think maybe I'll just tone it and leave it blonde for a little while. I've got this weirdness happening here where I didn't quite get all of the blue out. But yeah, I'm not going to leave bleach on it long enough to get all of the blue out, because that's just asking for trouble. But overall, I would say that this one is pretty successful. I got some out and it evened things out a bit, but yeah, I just can't risk doing anymore. So I don't really like having blonde hair, so it's going to last like a week, and then I can do the other thing I was going to do. So I'm going to do that tomorrow, because it's like 11 o'clock now, and I could do it now, but my hair's still not, well, I guess I don't need to do it on dry hair, but I'm just going to do it tomorrow.